So if you were expecting part 2 of my Robinhood Cash Management account review after I did the unboxing of the debit card, which if you haven't seen that video yet, the link will be down below in the description, then you'd be wrong. I was planning on doing that video, I had it all set up and in mind, but then something happened over these last few days. See, there started to be a little bit of a trend going on in social media in the make money online world. It looked awfully familiar to me and I felt obligated to step in and take a look at what's really going on. I think I stopped it soon enough. I don't think I could have stopped it any faster. I tried to get all my thoughts and ideas and evidence gathered as soon as possible for you guys, for your safety and security. You might have seen these images pop up of a Cash App wheel, or sometimes referred to as a Cash App web, something of that nature. But you're seeing these webs and these wheels with people's names in them, and it looks something that's interesting that maybe you'd want to take a look at, but when you really dig deeper, this is just another pyramid. So this is the message flying around the internet of how the Cash App wheel works. Quote, you Cash App the person in the middle of the wheel $100 and get added to the wheel. When 8 people fill up the outer ring of the wheel, that person in the middle gets $800 because 8 people sent them $100. Then the wheel splits up and a new person gets to the middle, and the cycle continues until you get to the middle and you're getting $800. It takes you 3 circles to the middle, but you only have to pay $100 once. Now, it's becoming rather popular, specifically with people around my age, but I'm sure there's people doing it of all ages out there. You might have seen this on platforms like Snapchat, Instagram, and I've even heard cases of it being on Twitter, so look out for your financial well-being everywhere you look. And the thing that strikes me as the most shocking is that they're not even truly trying to cover it as a legit business. If they're going to throw up a picture of a web like that, and let's actually turn that web over and see what it really looks like. You would think they would make an effort to at least try to conceal it and put some kind of a facade on it that it looks like something else. Just so far, like from making this video, I'm thinking to myself, and by the way, if you are enjoying it so far, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button, because it just helps with the algorithms. That way more people won't get fooled and tricked and deceived by scams like this. So be sure that you do give it a big thumbs up. It just helps with the algorithm, so that way more people could see this and they will be safe. Perhaps the person at the top should try to make up an excuse that they're running some business on the side and that's where the profits are coming from and that's how they're able to pay payroll and something like that, but they're not even making that effort, and it might as well just have the word pyramid slapped on the face of it. And it's not even like these people are asking for a couple dollars, $5. They're asking for, in some cases, hundreds and hundreds of dollars from people around my age that will never be able to afford a loss like that. But it looks so plain, it looks so innocent and simple. Of course anyone can make money through this method, right? Well, that answer would be no, and the explanation that they give as to why you will quote unquote always get paid is the following. The explanation that they provide is, quote, don't think you won't get your money because the people under you already put money in, so they are going to make sure they get to the middle also. Everyone gets paid because everyone wants to get to the middle, and everyone will as long as we keep getting people to sign up. Not a scam, just an easy way for people to make some extra money. And then in asterisk, it's not a pyramid scheme. Once you get to the middle and get your $800, you're out and have to pay $100 again to re-enter. Sounds incredible, right? An easy way to make an extra $700 with zero risk. And the people behind this kind of game go as far as to say that this is not a pyramid or a Ponzi whatsoever. So the reasoning of you will 100% get paid because everyone under you wants to get paid is simply not logical thinking. If everyone only has each other to rely on, then no one's winning. So in essence, the only way you could possibly make money is if more people join, and that's only if the person running it is ethical. See, from personal experience, the people that run these kinds of operations are not the nicest people. In fact, a lot of times they simply just take everyone's money and don't pay anyone. In fact, from personal experience, here's an example of a pyramid I was actually in unknowingly. This was a long time ago in the younger days when I was a young and whimsical young boy, and it was called the Achieve Community. It was run by the owners Troy Barnes and Christy Johnson, and they ran a multi-million-dollar internet Ponzi scheme that was under the alias the Achieve Community. People absolutely swore by this quote-unquote company and called it a blessing, a calling from God, something that they are so grateful and blessed to be in, And of course, it ended up failing, and the owners tried to get away with it. Not only was it and still is illegal, but the owners ended up going to prison. There were 10,000 investor victims worldwide, a multi-million-dollar operation, 33 months in prison. Barnes was ordered to spend 3 years under court supervision after he's released from prison, and Barnes was ordered to forfeit $4.7 million and to pay $302,297 in restitution to victims. And Chrissy didn't get away with it either. She was sentenced previously to 21 months in prison for her role in the scheme. In fact, to this day, I'm still receiving updates and emails from the government to my email regarding what happened, and this was so many years ago. This is a very important aspect. Listen closely. Barnes & Johnson concealed the true nature of the scheme through multiple misrepresentations. According to court records, when the conspirators became concerned that the use of the term investment would draw scrutiny from regulators, they instructed victim investors, "We are, in all caps, not an investment program. Please don't use that term when you speak or post about any repurchase strategy." Repurchase strategy. Well, that sounds familiar. Remember when I read off to you what they were talking about when you have to re-enter using $100? Then even when TAC or the Achieve community was unable to operate because their payment processor concluded that TAC was indeed operating a Ponzi scheme and ceased doing business with the company, Barnes & Johnson lied to victims, falsely stating that, quote, "The only reason that TAC is not paying out today is that our processor can't handle the volume of money we are paying our members." So the pyramid was so successful that the processor couldn't handle it, huh? Barnes & Johnson encouraged investors to repurchase positions in the matrix, thereby reducing the amount of money needed to pay out to early investors and enabling the fraudsters to prolong the scheme. So not only are the operators of these Cash App wheels or webs trying to get more people, but they're gaslighting their victims to get more people as well, even though it doesn't benefit them any more than it would. Yeah, but they're using Cash App, so it must be safe, right? Well, according to Business Insider, you may be able to cancel a Cash App payment by heading to your Cash App profile and locating the pending payment in question. Next, usually payments on Cash App are instant and can't be canceled, but sometimes there may be a cancel option available on the receipt for a pending payment. Next, unfortunately, if you send a payment to the wrong person, all you can usually do is just request the money back and hope that the person does the right thing. So if you have to rely on the person operating the wheel to get your money back and they definitely don't have your best interest at heart, how are you ever going to make money? Well, what if the one you saw is operating through Venmo? Well, according to Venmo themselves, it is not possible to cancel a payment to an existing Venmo account. Once you send a payment, the funds are available to the recipient right away. If you need the payment returned, please have the recipient send you a payment for the same amount. Well, they're definitely not going to do that, and so the simple short answer is you are going to lose money. And according to this Reddit user, for something totally unrelated, it says he got scammed by someone and Cash App was literally no help. They said they couldn't refund me or give me the money back that was charged and then take the money back from the scammer. I'm never going to use Cash App again for sending money. And this user, "I never received item and seller stopped contacting me. My bank won't let me dispute it yet, question mark." There's no true real product or service behind this, and that's what makes it 100% illegal. Even if the person operating this did have everyone's best interest at heart and did not keep a nickel for themselves, the only way they can possibly keep this cycle or web going is if more people join. Eventually it runs out, eventually it defaults, it fails, and everyone loses. Well, the last time I checked, this is exactly how a pyramid scheme works. This is according to Investopedia themselves. A pyramid scheme is a sketchy and unsustainable business model where a few top-level members recruit newer members who pay upfront costs up the chain to those who enrolled them. As newer members in turn recruit underlings of their own, a portion of the subsequent fees they receive is also kicked up to the chain, often called pyramid scams. These operations are illegal in some countries. The vast majority of pyramid schemes rely on profiting from new recruitment fees and seldom ever involve any true good goods or services with intrinsic value. MLMs, you may have heard, or multi-level marketing, is technically legal because there is some sort of a product or service that's offered. And you might have heard of a man by the name of Bernie Madoff. He has pleaded guilty to 11 federal crimes and admitted to operating the largest private Ponzi scheme in history. On June 29, 2009, he was sentenced to 150 years in prison with restitution of $170 billion. So even within an organization of that size and that much power and that much financial resource, it still failed. Now, the scheme is called a pyramid because at each level the number of investors increases. This small group of initial promoters at the top require a large base of later investors to support the scheme by providing profits to the earlier investors. So from that definition alone, you can see that the Cash App wheel is 100% absolutely, unequivocally a pyramid. The fraudsters will use new money from new recruits in order to pay earlier stage recruits. At some point, these schemes just get too big or just too slow, and the operators can't get new cash flow in to pay other people. It never lasts long and people lose their money. So at the end of the day, it's all about doing your due diligence, making sure that you know exactly where your money is going. There are so many more safe investments out there with long-term history that you know exactly where your money is going, and I cover them on my channel all the time. Now, am I saying undoubtedly that you can't make a nickel and no one's ever gonna pay you? No, but let's be real here. Where do you think you're gonna get a near guaranteed pay from? Option A, some kid around your age just clearly looking to make a quick buck, or option B, a company with a 50+ year payout history of dividends. Choose wisely, my friends. And just because you made it to the end of this video, that means you are looking to do more with your money and making smart choices. So I would give yourself a big pat on the back, a big round of applause for doing that. Just the fact that you want to be a dime-sized amount more intelligent shows that you're prudent and on the right path. So the moral of the story, especially in this digital age, is that you have to be careful. Don't just do something that your friend told you to do. Do your research. So if you're new to my channel, you'll never find anything along the lines of a Cash App wheel. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos from my channel, I post videos every single week covering business, finance, entrepreneurship, mindset, strategy, and tips and tricks from my own experience. Be sure that you subscribe, and if you'd like to be first in line to see that video before anyone else sees it, so that way you'll know when it's uploaded before anyone, be sure that you hit that little notification bell as well, so that way you're notified every single time I make a new one. See you in the next video.